Hi, my name is Christina Vidal, and I am a Native American Boulder County resident. And a couple months ago, I ran into some issues with my housing, and I was honestly terrified. I was absolutely terrified. And I was shocked because Jonathan Singer really came to my rescue. He cared about me and my twins, and I was like, just pretty surprised, so I completely support him.
For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Jonathan Singer, and I'm running for County Commissioner. As someone who's worked as a public servant my entire life, I want to level with you. Many of our lives are about to get harder than they are today. Since the outbreak of COVID-19, I've spent more time on the phone with constituent and government agencies in the last 2 weeks than I have in the last 2 months. It's my firm and solemn commitment to you to continue making recovery from this pandemic my number one priority. As chair of the Public Healthcare and Human Services Committee in the State House, I'm working day and night connecting patients, hospitals, and industry innovators to make sure we have everything we need for life-saving medical equipment and people can start getting access to that healthcare. As a lawmaker and a renter, I'm working to address a moratorium on mortgages and rent and utility bills until workers can get back to work. And as a social worker who worked with our juvenile criminal justice system, I'm finding new ways to release nonviolent offenders and make sure they have a safe place to go to help prevent the spread of COVID-19. Lastly, as a human being, I'm calling on all of us to end the hatred that our Asian American and AAPI community is seeing right now. It's time that we quarantine this hatred and remind our Asian community that we stand with them. Over a year ago, I told you I was running for Boulder County Commission because too many families are struggling to get by. In 2012, I took my frontline experience as a caseworker, working with families experiencing homelessness and domestic violence and child abuse, as well as working with people struggling with drug abuse, to our Colorado State House. It was there I was able to author and pass over 100 pieces of legislation. I stood side by side with our immigrant community to stand up to Donald Trump and ensured all immigrants could have access to driver's licenses. I helped start a new affordable housing trust fund and co-sponsored bills to make sure our counties have local control over things like oil and gas and raising our minimum wage. Childcare, healthcare, even kindergarten is now more accessible than it was just 8 years ago. And when our children were slipping through the cracks in our child protection system, I helped create new programs for accountability. When our opioid crisis hit, I authored the bills and found the funding to open up unprecedented access to substance use treatment. And when our flood hit our community and shut down our county, I was there to help people rebuild, passed legislation to get relief for homeowners who lost everything, and I authored the bill to make sure that Colorado has a permanent Office of Resiliency for our communities. Many of these bills took years to pass, and now it's time for me to come back home. I'm asking you to help me keep fighting these battles in the face of a crisis. And this is a crisis where we cannot sacrifice the values that we hold dear. Whether that's standing shoulder to shoulder with our immigrant community, ending the war on drugs, or mobilizing our fight against the climate emergency, we can make Boulder County a place where every family can thrive. You and I have faced unimaginable tragedy before. Your county commission invests more in human service programs than anything else, so let's ensure that we work together and make sure that every person is served regardless of where they come from. Let's invest in treatment and supportive services over costly county jail time. And it's time for a Boulder County Green New Deal where we hold polluters truly accountable and more people can get access to jobs and housing while conserving our beautiful open spaces. It was only last summer where my rent doubled and I was forced to move. And so I can tell you right now, from my home to yours, that I would love for the opportunity to continue my role as your public servant.
Hi, my name is Domo, and I am a co-organizer with Project Pacifier here in Colorado, and I want to say that I do support Jonathan Singer. In fact, he was the reason why our group was able to get the siblings bill passed, and that meant just so much to us. And I think he's a great guy. He's easy to talk to, he listens, and he really cares about the community and definitely the foster youth. definitely glad to have someone like him in my life to be able to pass that sibling bill for us and all the work that he does.